चलें जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. Let us start. This is the 14th lecture, and today we will start with BJT configurations. There are in fact three configurations for the BJT. In today's lecture, we will try to cover one or two configurations of the BJT. And these slides have been prepared from our two textbooks as shown on the screen. We will, in today's lecture, we will try to cover common base configuration and common emitter configuration. So our first configuration is the common base configuration. The notation and symbols used in conjunction with the transistor in the majority of texts and manuals published today are indicated in figure 3.6 for the common base configuration with PNP and NPN transistor. So let us look at figure 3.6. Figure 3.6 is divided into two parts, part number A and part number B. Part number A is then further divided into two parts. First, we see in part number A, we see the three-layer base transistor symbol and then the symbolic symbol of the transistor with common base configuration. Figure 3.6, part number A, is then divided into two parts, is then further divided into two parts. The first part shows the three-layer based transistor symbol, and then the second part shows the traditional transistor symbol used for common base configuration. So what is the common base? Why is it called common base? Why is the base common? Because the base is grounded and the input is connected between the emitter and the base, whereas the output is available between base and collector. It is called a common base because the base terminal is grounded. The base is the common between the input and the output. So we are taking, in this case, we are taking the base as a common, either in PNP case, that is in figure 3.6 part number A, or if we look at figure 3.6 part number B, where we are using NPN transistor. Again, in this second figure, again the base terminal is common. It is the same for the input side and for the output side. In part number B, again, the input is available across emitter and the base, and the output is available across base and collector. And in both diagrams, the arrow signals either in the PNP case or in the NPN case. The arrow signal or the arrow symbol indicates the direction of the conventional current. So if we look over here, this arrow shows the conventional current. Now we must not forget that there are two currents, one current flowing into the collector and one current flowing into the base. So we can see that the arrow is divided into two parts. We have a major portion of the arrow which flows into the collector. It shows our collector current, which is always large. We must not forget the formula. Collector current is equal to beta times IB. And then a minor current flows into the base, shown by a minor sized arrow. This minor sized arrow indicates the base current, and the sum and the sum of the base current and the collector current is equal to the emitter current. So the arrow in the graphic symbol defines the direction of emitter current through the device. And all currents directions appearing in figure 3.6 are the actual current directions as defined by the conventional flow. So we are now taking current, we are now taking our normal current, we are now taking our normal conventional current, which is the flow of positive charges. And we must note that in each case, the emitter current is always equal to the sum of collector current and the base current. That is, IE for both cases, IE is equal to IC plus IB. Also note that the applied biasing, that is voltage sources, are such to establish current in the direction indicated for each branch. So this means that we have to connect voltage either VEE or voltage VCC so that current flows in the direction as shown. We must connect VE in a polarity, in such a polarity that it allows current to flow in the direction shown. And also we must connect voltage source VCC in such a polarity, in such a direction that it allows the current to flow in the direction of IC. That is, compare the direction of IE to the polarity of VEE. If we compare the polarity of voltage VEE to the direction of current IE, we will see that the voltage EE establishes a current IE in the direction as shown. Similar discussion is presented for the case of collector current. That is, the voltage VCC is connected in such a direction that it allows a current IC to flow. So let us look at the diagram. First, let us look at diagram 3.6 part number A. Here we see voltage source VEE.
Excuse me, sir.
Hanji.
Sir, what about electronic current? It will be just opposite to conventional current.
Electronic current is always in the opposite direction to the conventional current. Since all of the theory has been established on conventional current, therefore we are discussing the transistor operation in terms of conventional current. But it is true that when we looked at the article of how a transistor works, we took the advantage of electronic current. That was to make it convenient for the students to understand the operation of transistor. At that time, we took the advantage of electronic current. But now we are reverting back to our conventional current because we know the fact that conventional current and electronic current, they always flow in the opposite direction, but the magnitude is the same. It does not mean that at the same time we have conventional current and electronic current in the same direction. We have to take either one. Either we can study in terms of conventional current or we can study in terms of electronic current. So to keep things simple and to keep things aligned with our textbook, we are studying now in terms of conventional current. But if there is an article which can be explained much easily with the help of electronic current, I will declare that I am going to teach in terms of electronic current.
And sir, formula will remain.
Formulas remain the same.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, ये VEE, ये डबल ई लगा है, VE मीटर वोल्टेज, ये डबल ई किस चीज के सिंबल को ज़ाहिर करता है और डबल सी किस चीज को शो कर देता है?
The symbol VEE or the symbol VCC are just two representation of two voltage sources. We can write input voltage or we can write output voltage. We can use any symbol, but we are using VE so that it means that this voltage is connected to the emitter side, and we are using VCC to represent that this voltage source is connected to the collector side. But they are two very independent. They are two very independent voltage sources. ठीक है जी?
सर अगर हम सिर्फ ओनली VE लिख दें डबल ई की बजाय,
VE अगर आप लिखेंगे, if we write only VE, then there are chances that it creates a problem that since we have a notation E already reserved for the emitter, that is E is already representing the emitter. So VE might indicate voltage of emitter. In this diagram, we must not forget that there are two very important, at least there are two very important components still missing, that are the resistance connected to the emitter side and resistance connected to the collector side. So if we write VE, then it means voltage at the emitter, which will be slightly misguiding. So to make things separate and to make things easy to understand, VEE represents the voltage source connected at the emitter side, whereas VCC represents the voltage source connected at the collector side.
सर ये जो हमने बेस को कॉमन किया है तो बेस के साथ हमारा नेगेटिव भी कनेक्टेड है, पॉजिटिव भी कनेक्टेड है, तो बेस मीटर वोल्टेज फॉरवर्ड होते हैं और बेस कलेक्टर वो रिवर्स बाइस, तो ये किसको सिंबल को मेंशन जब मैक्सिमम करेंगे कि नेगेटिव को और पॉजिटिव को?
देखिए, by electrical point of view, by electrical network point of view, there is no technical mistake in this diagram. We can connect a positive terminal of the battery and a negative terminal of a separate battery at a same common point. And we assume that this common point is the point at 0 volt. Therefore, if VEE is positive, it will indicate a positive voltage, and VCC, if we look at VCC, the positive plate is grounded. So this means that VCC is producing a negative voltage at the negative terminal. So this has been done only to forward bias emitter base. इसको और से सुन लें. Forward bias emitter base, we are using positive side of the terminal of the battery, and a second independent battery called VCC. Its negative terminal is connected at the collector because we want to reverse bias base collector. So in this diagram, we can we can see that the emitter and the base have been forward biased. The battery is also encouraging the forward bias. The battery VEE is allowing the forward biasing of base emitter, whereas battery VCC, with the help of its negative terminal connected to the collector terminal, the base collector is reverse biased. So we have to get this important, we have to meet this important criteria so that we can get transistor operation. And what is this criteria? That we have to always forward bias base emitter and we have to always reverse bias base collector. So either we can look at NPN or we can look at PNP. We have to always have to forward bias base emitter and reverse bias base collector. ठीक है?
ओके सर।
Okay ji. So let us look at figure 3.6 part number A. The voltage source VEE. The voltage source VEE is connected such that the negative terminal is connected to the ground, whereas the positive terminal is connected to the emitter. Now, the emitter in PNP case, the emitter is of P-type material and the base is of N-type material. So let us just focus on emitter and base at this time. The emitter is P-type material and base is N-type material. How can we forward bias such emitter and base terminals? Emitter is P-type, base is N-type. How can we forward bias? We can forward bias only with one condition, that the N material is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, whereas the P-type material, which is our emitter, it is connected to the positive side of the battery. What will happen by such connection? The base emitter will be forward bias. ये सारे मानते हैं इस बात को? Do we understand this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have now forward biased base emitter. In fact, we have achieved the first criteria. Now, what is the second criteria for transistor operation? The second criteria of the transistor operation is that we must reverse bias base collector. And to reverse bias base collector, we are using a separate battery called VCC. And we connect VCC such that the positive side of the plate is grounded. The positive side of the plate is grounded over here. So this means that only its negative plate is available for connection because positive plate has been grounded. Now the negative plate of the battery VCC is connected to the collector. So this means that the base is at 0 volts and the collector is at minus VCC voltage, minus VCC. Collector is at minus VCC. If base is at 0 volt, because why am I saying base is at 0 volt? Because base is grounded and the ground is always at 0 volts. If the base is at 0 volt and if collector is at minus VCC volt, what will become of our base collector? Base is N-type material and collector is P-type material. We have connected the P-type material to a negative voltage. Will it be forward biased or will it be reverse biased?